guys, it's Dwight. Welcome back to my studio. How you doing today? It's Friday. So today we're going to do another painting. Now, I had a rough week. I did several paintings. For some reason, I couldn't get it right, and I scraped several times. So I just stepped back and said, let's take a few days and let's regroup. So today, I'm going to work on a repurposed canvas. It's a 36 by 24. I'm going to do a dump and swirl, and I'm going to be using blues and silver and maybe just a little bit of plum. We'll see. I haven't quite figured out the color combinations yet. But I want to take a second to sort of talk about briefly the idea of paints, whether they're opaque, transparent, or semi-transparent. Now, what I've learned, especially doing a lot of these dump and swirls more recently and experimenting with all different types of paints and different brands, is that how transparent they are doesn't translate well with a dump and swirl because I'm pouring black on top. So if they're semi-transparent or more transparent, then the colors become very muted, is what I've learned. And so I've been looking more closely at, paints that are more opaque to semi-transparent. Some of the paints that I use a lot, DecoArt's Americana brands, I can't find their opacity, if that's even a word, or if they're opaque or transparent. I'm pretty sure they're opaque. So I looked on their website, the same thing. I couldn't find anything that says, what they are. But I realized that when I do dump and swirls with some of these paints, they're, tried and true, and they work great. And I don't have any issues with sort of the transparent paints. So what I've also learned to do is, you might see me throw white down sometimes. The white that I use is opaque, and so it gives like a layer in between. Even if I'm using something transparent, I don't lose all the color. So what I tend to do is to make sure if I do have some semi-transparent paints, I have to make sure that I have some opaque paints. So this is the goal that I'm going for today. Now I'm using paints, I believe Arteza, and I have Craftsman paint, and I also have DecoArt paint. So I'm gonna look through my stash, see which paints are gonna work well, the colors I wanna use today, and I'll put them down on the canvas. But I just wanna make sure you realize that thinking about the opacity of your paints is really important. The paints are too transparent, it may not work very well with the dump and swirl. Even if you're using white as a dump paint, you're gonna wash out the colors, I've learned. So just something to think about as you move forward, and if you try to experiment with this. And if you do, let me know. Show me some pictures. I'd be more than happy to take a look, and if you have any questions. As always, you can send me an email at dwightpours@yahoo.com. And if you haven't checked out my website, it's dwightpours.com. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. It's free. There's no obligation to you. It only helps me reach more people. And I love interacting with you guys and answering your questions. So feel free to share if you like the video, and leave a comment below. Okay, guys, let me get started here. I'm going to mix my paints. I'll go over the paints with you. And if I understand or know what their transparency is or their opacity is, I will definitely let you know. Okay, guys, we'll see you in a few. Hey guys, it's Dwight, I'm back. So here we are. So first of all, I want to let you know, I'm sorry, I was going to use other colors, but I didn't have enough of what I needed. And so I just said, let's do something in red today. And so I know I listed, or I showed all the different colors I was using, but to be honest with you, I just mixed and matched, and there's no rhyme or reason for the colors. So there's several different brands mixed in, but they were pretty much Arteza and Deco Arts Americana brand. Those are the two brands that I mixed with each other. I know there was some metallics in there, Deco Arts Dazzling Metallics. There was some orange, as you can see, sort of the red, the darker red, and some of the lighter along the edges there. So, you know, I like it. It reminds me of this one up here on the wall, which is a 30 by 40. This is a 24 by 30. I'm gonna hold on to it because the colors are fabulous. You know, the negative space is a little bit bigger than I like, but other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I'll just show you some of the details because these cells are really kind of cool looking. Yeah, I don't know how to describe them. I just think they're kind of neat. Let me walk around over here. Show you some of this end. I had just enough paint, nothing moved. There's my bright window. What I'm probably gonna do is, with some of these colors down here, like I do, I'm gonna come in and just brighten them up a little bit, just so there's a little more definition. Now this still might move, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking it's done, but these may expand, some of the smaller dots in there may expand, so we'll have to see how that goes. Okay guys, I think I just stepped in some paint. I'm really thinking to do something different, go figure. I'm thinking about doing a multiple flip cup. I have a 30 by 40 canvas, and I just want to kind of go for something groovy, something simple. You know, it will be blues and greens, but I also want some gold and some copper in it. Yeah, so stay tuned. My mind is kind of churning right now for that. I got some canvases because they're on sale at Michael's, and so I bought one big one, and I either will do a dump and swirl or I'll just do something completely different. Okay guys, take care. You'll see me again probably tomorrow or Sunday, and have a great start to the week.